So we're going to take this example. The first example says factorize x squared minus 4 equals to 0. Let's take our a first. We have it to be x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. So if we relate it first to our general expression of a quadratic equation. Now our general expression of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So if you want to relate this to our general expression, our a here is what? 1. Our b is 0. And our c is minus 4. That's just relating general expression. So when you have something like this and you're asked to find it by factorization x squared minus 4, this principle only applies when the value of a is equal to 1. That's the principle I'm about to explain. Applies only when a is equal to 1. So how do I mean? It means how the principle works for factorization. You multiply, right, the coefficients of a and c, right? When you do that, that's the first step. Then 2, you add the composition of two numbers that can also multiply to give, let's call this a and c, if you multiply it to get d, to give d. So let's take this as a typical example, right? We'll follow this information here. So here we have our a to be what? Equal to 1. Our b is equal to 0. And our c equals to minus 4. This one is to factorize. This is how to do it. So first, I said you multiply what? A and c. So the multiplication of a and c is equal to 1 times minus 4, which is giving us minus 4. So now we'll now find what are the two numbers that when we multiply will give us minus 4, and when we add it, it will give us 0. Here is supposed to be b. That when you add, it's going to give you the name. When you add it, it will give us 0. So now look, what are the factors of 4 that can multiply and give us 4, and add and give us 0? So when you multiply, you have minus 4. When you add, you have b, which is equal to 0. What are the factors? So that is how we factorize. Now the multiplying factors of 4 are, have minus 4, you have 4 and 1, you have 2 and 2. So if you look at this, okay, 2 and 2 can give us 4. So these are our factors. Then when we multiply, if we add minus 2 and plus 2, it's going to give us 0. If you multiply minus 2 and plus 2, it's going to give us minus 4. If you add this, you're going to be having minus 3. So with that done, what you now do is, since you're looking for two factors, now remember this only applies when the a is equal to 1. That's when this applies. So you open the bracket x. These are the two factors you're looking for. So the first one is minus 2. Now see x minus 2. The next one is plus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. So with this you are factorized. And so to now find the final answer, you now equate it individually equal to 0. So you now say here, for x minus 2 equals to 0, That means x is equal to 2. And here for x plus 2 is equal to 0. So it means x is equal to minus 2. So your answers are minus 2 and plus 2. For us to try this next example, that's we want to factorize the next example. And example B is what? 3x squared plus 6x is equal to 0. So in this situation now, remember we have to relate it to our general quadratic equation. So here we're having what? A is equal to 3, right? B equals to 6. So now A is not equal to 1, and now C is equal to 0. A is not equal to 1, so we'll not be using that method that we used earlier. So for this one, we now find C is already equal to 0. What are the like terms that are here? We have 3x, that's what factorizes. We have 3x is equal to what? 3x over 3x squared over 3x will be giving us x plus 6x divided by 3x will be giving us 2 is equal to 0. So in this case, we're equating that 3x equals to 0 and x plus 2 is equal to 0 to find our answer. And for this 3x equals to 0, it means our x is equals to 0 over 3, which is equals to 0. And for here, we want to expand it to be having x plus 2 minus 2 is equal to 0 minus 2, and it means our x is equal to minus 2. So that's this for this one. Now for the next example, we're going to be looking at factorizing a trinomial, that's a complete equation, to try to factorize it and find the answers.